On this day in music history, July 31st. July 31st has always pulsed with landmark moments in rock, jazz, and pop. A midsummer snapshot of triumphs, reunions, and farewells. From legal victories to chart-topping comebacks, the date resonates with stories that still echo on stage and radio today. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards released on appeal. On July 31, 1967, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards stepped out of prison in Guildford after winning an appeal against their drug possession convictions. The Stones' Redlands bust had become a media sensation, its judgment seen as a warning to rock's restless youth. Their release reignited the band's touring momentum and reinforced their status as renegade voices of the swinging 60s, where defiance and freedom played loudest on electric guitars. Elvis Presley's Vegas comeback. On July 31, 1969, Elvis Presley strode back onto Las Vegas's International Hotel stage for the first time since 1961, marking his triumphant return to live performance. After enduring Hollywood's glitz and a string of movie soundtracks, the king reclaimed his crown under the desert lights with a setlist blending rockabilly roots and new showmanship. The engagement redefined Vegas residencies and cemented Presley's image as a comeback king, channeling raw charisma into every electrified note. James Taylor's #1 anthem. On July 31, 1971, James Taylor's tender cover of Carole King's You've Got a Friend ascended to #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Delivering solace during a turbulent era. Taylor's honeyed vocals and gentle guitar laid bare the song's message of unwavering support, turning King's composition into a folk-pop anthem. Produced by Peter Asher, the track became a defining moment for singer-songwriters, demonstrating how acoustic intimacy could top charts and soothe collective anxieties alike. George Benson's Breezin tops the charts. On July 31, 1976, George Benson's breezy fusion album Breezin climbed to #1 on the US Billboard 200, kicking off a 2-week run at the summit. Benson's fluid guitar melodies and soulful crooning transcended jazz purism, melding improvisation with pop sensibilities. Released by Warner Brothers, Breezin showcased his crossover prowess and laid the groundwork for smooth jazz's commercial boom, proving that instrumental virtuosity could win mass audiences as readily as vocal hits. Eagles' final curtain. On July 31, 1980, the Eagles' backstage fight at a benefit concert in Long Beach exposed a fracture too wide to mend, and the band effectively disbanded. Tensions between guitarist Don Felder and singer Glenn Frey erupted into a confrontation that rippled through backstage corridors and news headlines alike. Once symbols of West Coast harmony, the Eagles' dissolution on that sultry summer night signaled an end to an era and foreshadowed solo pursuits that would redefine their legacies. July 31st has also given birth to a quartet of musical talents whose rhythms and riffs would shape decades of sound. Gary Lewis, 1945. American pop singer and drummer, best known for leading Gary Lewis and the Playboys through a string of 1960s hits. Daniel Ash, 1957. English guitarist who co-founded goth rock pioneers Bauhaus and later carved new paths with Love and Rockets. Bill Berry, 1958. American drummer whose subtle but driving beats underpinned REM's rise as alt-rock trailblazers. Norman Cook, 1963, British DJ, producer, and one-time bassist who rose to fame as the chart-topping dance innovator Fatboy Slim. From prison gates to Vegas spotlights, chart-topping anthems and backstage showdowns, July 31st has worn many musical faces. Each milestone shows how one date can echo across styles and eras, reminding us that every summer's end has a soundtrack ready to unfold.